welcome to I Arty Amelia, the home of fantastic arts and crafts. So here today we're going to make a sun jar, but before we begin I have my Amelia tip. So when we are using PVA glue, because a lot of my crafts need PVA glue, if ever I tell you to decant some glue into another pot, use an old yogurt pot or an old plastic tin so that you don't have to do any washing up. Then when you're finished with it, you can just chuck it away. It's as simple as that, saving time and saving your bowls getting too gunky and messy. So let's not waste any more time and let's start making our sun jar. It certainly is a bit cold. I could do with a bit of sunshine. Okay, so as always, what is the first thing we always need to do? Of course, cover your work surface, so let's do that now. What are we going to need today? So, you are going to need one jar. Now, don't forget to remove the label from your jar, otherwise this will affect the light shining through our beautiful sun jar. The next thing you're going to need is some PVA glue and some water. Now, do you remember that tip? This is why I've said it, because it's going to be so useful for this activity. So PVA glue and water. So we're going to mix those together. A paintbrush for applying that glue and also some bright tissue paper. You're also going to need a tea light. I'm using these plastic ones because they're a lot safer. And also some string or ribbon. So let's start, shall we? I've just mixed a bit of water with the PVA glue, so I'm just going to mix that together with the back of my brush. So now you want to apply that glue all over your jar. So I'm going to put my hand in it like that, and then I'm just going to paint the glue onto the jar, like this, all the way over. Okay, so you've covered your whole jar in glue. It's very, very sticky. So now you need to cut up your tissue paper. And you want to cut it up into small sections so we can overlap it and have that mix of beautiful colours. So I'm just going to cut my tissue paper up into small rectangles. And you want to try and use every single colour. Onto your sticky jar. It's as simple as that. So let's start decorating. So my jar is now fully covered, as you can see. So now we just need to give it a bit of time to dry. Now while our jar is drying, we can start preparing the lid of our sun jar. So you obviously don't want to glue it down permanently, because you are going to need to switch it on and off. And if you need to change the battery, you don't want to have it stuck to your lid. So what I'm going to use is some masking tape. But you could also use some blue tack for this part. So all I'm going to do is take a bit of masking tape, fold it over a couple of times. So I'm just raveling it up, stick it to the back of my tea light, and then place it onto the base of my lid. Only thing left to do now is to assemble the jar together and attach some of our beautiful ribbon or string onto the jar. Measure out how much I need. So I'm going to measure it so there's a bit hanging off, just attached. It's a bit like a bracelet for our jar. Turn my tea light on, stick that down. Come a little closer and see. Look how beautiful it is, and it was so simple to make. But can you imagine this on your bedside table? Or you could decorate a dining room table with it. There is so much you can do with such a simple idea, and it looks so fantastic and so complicated. But we both know it wasn't. So if you have made a fantastic sun jar, then please send me your photos on Instagram at Arty Amelia. So let's find out what we're going to be making next week. So next week we're going to get organised and we're going to make a Mother's Day card. So I was thinking we'd make a lovely 3D tissue paper flower on the front of our Mother's Day card. So what you're going to need is obviously tissue paper. You'll also need some card. You can have a pipe cleaner, a button, and you'll also need a pen to write in your card. So it's going to be very simple but look so beautiful. So until next time, keep creating, keep crafting, and have fun, and I'll see you next week. Bye!